What's up, you guys? SlimXTeamSymmetry here at YCS Austin with Robert Boyajian, just top 16 YCS Austin with what deck?
Hero Gate. That's
Electrum OTK, the deck that everyone's talking about. And so, how do you want to talk? Like, how did you finish in Swiss?
X11. I had a loss to Hunder because I missided against it, and I drew with a water play the last round because I couldn't kill him in time game 2.
Well, this deck is crazy. This is what everyone's talking about. So let's just get into the profile. You guys already know. Check out Core TCG.
Yep. 3-card card. It helps you get to the combo, and it helps you when you don't have the combo. Just drawing cards is really good in Heroes, especially when you have a low monster cap. So that's that. And then the vanilla Heroes for Electrum.
Oh, snap. All the Heroes.
Bubbleman's really good just in general because you can make Dweller. So like any Rotary he calls Dweller, and that's the only rank 4 I play in my extra deck because he's so important. These guys suck.
Those guys suck.
Clayman's pretty good. Clayman just being 2000 actually isn't bad. Like I won a game against Dino Fist because I just E-called for this and sat on it, and then ended up comboing him like 2 turns later. So yeah, but you don't normally fuse into the other guys unless your hand's really bad. Like you draw too many vanillas and you decide you're not going to do it. So I mean they're good. It's cool that you can use the combo pieces as a chain material food. So yeah. And then 3 Alias. It kind of, like I said, it just plays like a normal Hero Gate deck with chain materials in it, so it's important that you have like a 1900 vanilla and then you can make shines with it. There's not much to explain. And then Stratos, best card.
Yeah.
Dark Hole. It's the only like real staple I play. I don't play Book, Reborn, or Heavy.
Oh, wow. Really?
You don't need Heavy because you play a ton of back row. Reborn, the only thing you want to ever Reborn is Stratos, and it's almost never in the graveyard. Book of Moon just isn't that good right now. You'd rather make room for other cards. So yeah, Dark Hole, then I played 2E Call and a Rhoda. Just search stuff. Yeah, get to Stratos faster. That's really it. Like, after you get to Stratos, it usually just searches Alias, or sometimes you'll search Bubbleman when you need to either Dweller or you make a Absolute Zero. Like, the fact that Stratos, after you make 1 Shining, and then the Shining dies and you get these 2 back, you can summon Stratos, get Bubbleman, and then you can make 0, remove the 0 with the Alias to make a Shining, and then Raigeki them. And so, like, that's really, really good. So it's good you have the search cards in case. Just to get Stratos faster. 3, Fusion Gate. It's like key. Play triple terraforming. I used to not play. I went from like 1 to 2 to 0 to 3. Like, this one's a lot different. Just you want to play as many as you can because getting Stratos into Shining is pretty good, and then the fact that you can combo off with it. And like it plays around Typhoon if you're comboing when you have multiple pieces. So like 1 Typhoon wants to screw you. So that's why you max out. And then Duality, same reason as card. It's good in both sides of the deck. So yeah, and then I made 2 Super Polymerization. It's really, really good against water, and not just that, but you can play around Phoenix Chain and Effect Veiler when you go Chain Material, because you go Chain Material, Fusion Gate, and then normally if your Electrum is Effect Veiler or Phoenix Chain, the loop basically stops. And so what you do is you make a hero first, you make a different hero like Shining or something, just removing 2 aliases from your deck, and then you make Electrum, and then if they have Effect Veiler or Phoenix Chain, you activate Super Poly and fuse the 2 to make another guy so your Electrum resolves because it's not face up anymore. And then 0 is just really good against water, so yeah, 2 Bombless. Good removal. I play a bunch of real trap cards. The deck's like super interactive. That's one thing. Like people think it's degenerate, and sure, drawing chain material Fusion Gate's pretty degenerate, but the rest of the deck is actually just like a super anti-meta Fusion Gate deck. So you play a lot of real games, and then what ends up happening is they focus on your real deck, and then you combo them off as soon as you draw chain material, and then if not, you're just beating them down with regular guys. So yeah, Bombless, and then 3 chain material. It's the card to make the combo work. You can use guys from your deck in graveyard as fusion materials for the end of the turn, but you can in your battle phase and they die in phase, but that doesn't really matter. The only time that really matters is if your Electrum gets Phoenix Chain or Effect Veilered and you can't keep going, like you have no way to stop that, you can make Shinings, and you can make up to 1 real Shining. Like you make other heroes from your deck using cards and aliases, and then you remove 1 of them and the Electrum for a Shining that wasn't off of basically chain material because it's 2 guys in play. So you have 1 big Shining, and the other Shining will die, and you can get back like Stratos and Bubbleman or something, so then you can 0 them later. So that's pretty important. Dark Bribe is really, really good. Even like when you're comboing off, it stops Phoenix Chain, Breakthrough Skill, even though I never played against it, Missile, Space Typhoon, stuff like that, or Solemn Judgment. But just in general, like being a card to stop Heavy Storm is super important. So yeah, and the 1 draw really doesn't matter when you're comboing. Otherwise, like it sucks to give them a plus, but it's whatever. I played 2 Phoenix Chain. I originally had 3, but I cut it for more like Super Polys and the extra search cards. It's really, really good. I think it's it's probably up there for like the random trap cards. That's the best right now. It's really good against Mermail, good against Firefist, good against windups, like best 3 decks. So, and it's fine against Rabbit. The Phoenix Chain's good. Then Fleet Mirror Force, Torrential, you know, Master Removal staples. Torrential helps you play around Effect Veiler and Phoenix Chain, which is also important than the 2 Solemns. Judgment, that's like the best card next to Stratos, because like it, not only is it like helps your combo, but because when you go off, like you can actually stop anything. But it's just Solemn Judgment, so when you're not trying to combo, you can stop whatever they're doing, and that's important.
Right. Total deck count is 40, right?
Yeah, yeah. When you're playing decks like that, like combo, you don't want to go more than 40, especially when you have pieces that are so important. So yeah, and then extra deck is play 1 Gustav Max. You need them for the OTK. Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, afterwards, yeah.
So yeah, you only need 1. Whatever they do to you, I'll explain that later. But basically, you only need 1. You never need more than 1. So yeah, and then I play Abyss Dweller. I used to play more rank 4s, but then I cut him for more fusions because I wanted to main deck Super Poly. And yeah, he's the only really important one. Like Water just is really good, so it's hard to beat him sometimes. I kind of wanted Black Ship at one point because it can deal with Zenmain Zamlin, but Dweller just ends up being better because it can do stuff during their turn too. So yeah, and then for the fusions, like 3 Shining, it's for when you don't draw the combo, you can just make Shinings, beat down, and then he's super resilient, unless he misses timing or they have some sort of removal, but it usually doesn't matter. And then you can keep on getting back to guys, do like the Raigeki thing I said earlier. It's just pretty good. Then I play all of these heroes. We'll get to that in a second. Zeros. I wanted to play 2-0. I play multiple Shinings and Gaias because of the combo, because they're the important pieces in the combo. But I play 2 zeros because of the Super Poly, and Water is super prevalent, so I want multiple of these, and I can make 1 with my Bubble Man and then Raigeki them, and then later on in the game I can make a second one with Super Poly. So that's why I did 2 of those, and then one scurried out just because I had Super Poly and wanted something to get rid of Xian or whatever. I made Nova Master once using my Bristantrix, and then I did it again with Super Polying their Lagia. I never made Great Tornado. I haven't today. I've made it before, but he's just there. I might have cut him before, but just because Stratos is a win, he's important. You don't really use him with Avian. Well, I haven't needed to yet, but yeah. And then guys for the combo, I've never actually made him outside of that. So yeah, and then 3 Electrum. When he comes into play, you need the 4 heroes that aren't Alias and Stratos, so Avian, Bubbleman, Bristantrix, and Clayman to make him. When he comes into play, he activates and he shuffles back both players removed from play cards back into the deck. So he shuffles back if you have extra deck cards removed, anything removed, so they go back in. Then he gains attack for every attribute they have, but that doesn't really matter because you don't attack when you chain material. I've never made him not doing chain material. So yeah, and then I'm just going to go into the combo before I get to the side deck. So all you need is one of those and one of these.
That's crazy.
You activate that. Right. This is in play. You activate this. Like barring any, they can have 10 Bottomless Trap Holes, 10 Torrential Tributes, 10 Compulses, 10 Book of Moons, like all of that. It doesn't matter. You can keep going.
That's awesome, man.
Like they can have 10 Solemn Warnings, whatever. You can give them any trap cards they want, except stuff that either kills this or negates effects. And you can still keep going. Actually, Goes and Match. Like Goes and Match and Rivalry, but those are different. But actual things that destroy my cards, they don't matter. So yeah, so you activate this, activate Chain Material, then you activate its effect, and then you banish those 4. So, boom, this guy. So this is gonna be my banished. Here's my deck. Can you guys see that, right? Okay.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to do upside down. Okay, so then his effect activates. These go back into the deck, and then you remove them again for a second one. His effect activates. They go back into the deck.
Oh my god.
And you overlay for Gustav Max. You shoot them for 2,000, and then you remove this from the graveyard, and this from play, and this falls off for a Gaia. That's why Gaia is important.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And then you remove this and this for either Gaia or Shining. I usually do Shining just because I only have one other Gaia, but I'm pretty sure you can do either. It doesn't matter. And then you remove these 4 for the 3rd Electrum, and his effect activates and puts it back all these 4, and then the original 2.
Oh my god!
Like I can show you. Then I'll show you the second time. So now you have a floating Shining, and you basically do it the same way, but you want to make sure you get value out of, like, you don't want to waste your Shinings, right? Because otherwise you'd end with it multiple times. So once you have the second one, you go remove again for him, activate his effect, go back, overlay again. You goosed off them for the second time. So they have 4,000.
Right.
And then you remove. Make a guy.
Oh my god.
Remove. You can either make guy or shining, it doesn't matter. So now you have 2 shinings. And whereas the loop would like go like that, well, you just remove both these for a 3rd shining. And then you remove those and do that. And then it actually becomes a loop because you get back to the 2nd stage. So you always have the floating shine, so you end up going through them. And then you can do the same thing where it's a Gaia. Like making Gaia and shine doesn't really matter, but the only reason you want to make Gaia is because of this, and then you have to make shine when it's 2 lights. But yeah, that's basically the loop. And then whatever they do at any point, like torrential tribute, bombless trample, it doesn't matter because if they bombless trample this, it gets removed and then its effect resolves, so it gets shuffled back, so you just do it again. If they torrential tribute at any time, like, okay, these die, and then you remove them for a shining, and then you make a 3rd Electrum, and then everything goes back. So you just keep going.
Just
like,
keep recycling all day. That's
it's pretty easy to get a hang of, but like sometimes when you're dealing with multiple back row and you don't have a lot of fusions left, like it gets a little tricky, but it's usually fairly simple. So yeah, that's pretty good main deck.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Combos.
Yeah. All right.
For the
Just
side deck, we have.
Little.
Sorry, I play 2 Banisher. Banisher is good. Water. I don't like keeping the combo in against water, so I try to side a bunch of removals so I can kind of side out of it and side into like a fusion gate hero deck. So Banisher is really important with that. He's just very good against their deck. It doesn't lose to Typhoon or Dust Tornado, and when people don't side Imperial Iron Wall, he's just that good. So that's important. Maxi. I don't put Maxi in against water, but it's for the decks like Hieratic and Karakuri and Samurai and things like that, where you want to just... Drawing cards is good, but drawing cards in a combo deck is going to be better.
Right.
And because you usually keep in the combo against most decks, like Maxi just becomes really important. So yeah, and then 3 Snowman Eater. The hero mirrors and like more slow decks, anti-meta things, Rabbit especially, like Snowman Eater is really good. Kills Lagia, that's important. And that's basically it. Like you keep in the combo and then you take out cards, for example, for Snowmans, and then you have a way to deal with Lagia, and then a way to just kind of like, instead of drawing cards to get to your combo faster, you have a way to slow them down instead. So it's like changing their pace down versus changing your pace up. And that's good. And you can make 0 with it, which is cool. So that's cool. And then Thunder Kings, it's mainly for water. Like I'll put in Thunder King and Banisher just to have more monster replacements because I said the combos so you want to actually be able to kill them. I don't really put it in against much else, like unless it's one of the decks I would put in Maxi against. But I don't think I would put it in against Windup or anything because level limit hurts you really bad. Like if they level limit you, then you can only really kill them with the combo. So your side's a little different for that. The Snowman Eater goes in against Windup. Snowman Eater is really good against Windups. I didn't play any though. I said 3 Typhoon. It's, again, mostly for water, but if you see like a lot of hate cards and it's not the kind of game where you can take out the combo, then you want Typhoon. It's not the best. Like, I wouldn't put it in against Rabbit or something, right? Because all I really want Typhoon is their Fiendish Chains, and they don't have always a match of rivalry or anything. So it's just sort of situational. It's mostly like you have a 10-card side deck for water. And so you take out combo pieces and then you put in the 10-card side deck. So Typhoon's really important because it can hit Imperial Iron Wall and Abyss Sphere. So yeah, and then the last 3 are just macro. You can combo under macro and Banisher, but like because they just get removed and Electrum puts them back versus being in the graveyard. So I think the combo actually goes faster under macro, just because they get removed when you do things instead of having to remove them for more guys. So yeah, macro is just for the end of the Mermail side deck, and I guess maybe like Herald. Like, I don't know, Frogmark. There's a Frogmark deck doing that. So.
Well, that is just awesome, man. This was the deck everyone was talking about, and we just really appreciate the profile. Congrats on another top.
Thanks.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Thanks for the place.